Today's video reminds us of one of the legends of football in England. Please subscribe and like the video. Let's start.
In the world of football, legends come and go. But some names are eternal. Sir Bobby Charlton wasn't just a player, he was the soul of English football. A survivor, a champion, and a gentleman. Today, we remember the journey of one of the greatest the game has ever known. Born on October 11, 1937, in the mining town of Ashington, Northumberland, Bobby Charlton grew up in a working-class family with football in his blood. His uncle, Jackie Milburn, was a star for Newcastle United. Inspired by his family's legacy, Bobby joined Manchester United's youth academy at just 15. He was part of the famed Busby Babes, a new generation of young talents shaped by the legendary Sir Matt Busby. With powerful shooting, unmatched vision, and a quiet but fierce determination, Charlton quickly earned a spot in the first team. In his debut in 1956, he scored twice. The world was just beginning to see what he was capable of. February 6, 1958, a date forever etched in the history of football. Manchester United were flying home from Belgrade after reaching the semi-finals of the European Cup. The team, known as the Busby Babes, was full of promise, young, fearless, and destined for greatness. But as their plane stopped in Munich to refuel, tragedy struck. On its third attempt to take off in heavy snow, the aircraft skidded off the runway and crashed. The wreckage lay scattered across the ice and snow. 23 people lost their lives. 8 of them were Bobby Charlton's teammates. Among the dead were Duncan Edwards, Roger Byrne, Tommy Taylor, names that were meant to define a generation. Charlton was thrown from the wreckage. Stunned and injured, he awoke beside a plane in flames. Physically, he escaped with minor wounds. Emotionally, the scars would remain for a lifetime. Bobby sitting alone in recovery. He was just 20 years old. He had lost close friends, brothers in sport. Yet in the midst of grief, Bobby Charlton chose not to walk away. In the shadow of unimaginable loss, he returned to the pitch, because that's what they would have wanted. In the years that followed, Bobby Charlton didn't just return to football, he conquered it. In 1966, he led England to its greatest footballing triumph, winning the FIFA World Cup on home soil. Charlton scored 2 crucial goals in the semi-final against Portugal. Though Geoff Hurst stole the headlines in the final, it was Charlton's leadership and playmaking that carried the team there. That same year, he won the Ballon d'Or, the highest individual award in football.
Now it's Charlton, Bobby Charlton, hand on the right. Maybe a shot from Charlton. It's worth trying.
2 years later, in 1968, Charlton helped Manchester United win the European Cup, beating Benfica 4-1 in the final. It was the first time an English club had ever won the tournament. Bobby scored twice in that final. It was more than a win. It was redemption. For Munich. For the lost Busby Babes.
Subscribe for more history. Like the video to support us. Do it now.
Charlton was never the loudest voice. He wasn't flashy, but he led by example, on and off the pitch. Over his career, he made 758 appearances for Manchester United, scoring 249 goals. He held the record as England's top scorer, 49 goals, for nearly 50 years. But beyond numbers, he was a gentleman of the game, respected by teammates, opponents, and fans alike. He retired in 1973 but never truly left the game. He became a director at Manchester United, helping shape the club's future. He played a vital role in bringing Sir Alex Ferguson to the club, a decision that would define the modern era of United. In 1994, he was knighted by Queen Elizabeth II. Sir Bobby Charlton. The title suited him not just for his football, but for his character. On October 21, 2023, the world lost a legend.
Subscribe for more history.
Sir Bobby Charlton
like the
passed
video
away
to
at the age
support
of
us.
86.
Do it now.
The football world mourned. Not just a great player, but a man who carried dignity through every stage of his life, a survivor who never let tragedy define him. Football has given us heroes, but some go beyond the game. They survive tragedy, rise from the ashes, and carry the hopes of a nation on their shoulders. Sir Bobby Charlton is one of those few, a symbol of resilience, loyalty, and excellence. Today, we revisit the life of the man who defined an era, who redefined English football, the one and only Sir Bobby Charlton. He was born in 1937 in Ashington, a small town in England's northeast. His father was a miner. Football was more than just a game. It was a way out. As a child, he would kick a ball around the streets with his brother Jack. They were inseparable. But tragedy struck when Bobby was just 17. Jack was killed in a mining accident. Devastated, Bobby almost quit football. But he had a talent that could not be ignored. He signed for Manchester United in 1956 and made his debut in 1958. The Munich air disaster happened just 2 years later. Bobby was one of the lucky ones. He survived, but he was haunted by the loss of his teammates. Determined to honor their memory, he helped rebuild the team. In 1963, they won the FA Cup, and 4 years later, they won the European Cup, now known as the Champions League. It was a feat no English team had accomplished before or since. Bobby went on to become England's most capped player until 1970. He was knighted in 1965. At 73, he became the oldest outfield player to ever score for Manchester United. His legacy extends beyond goals and trophies. Sir Bobby Charlton is a true icon, a legend. Sir Bobby Charlton taught us that football is more than goals and trophies. It's about honor, about rising when you fall, and about never forgetting where you come from. Rest in peace, legend. You'll never be forgotten. We look forward to your support to continue. Like the video and subscribe to the channel.